All right. Now, I need to talk about this story, this article I just read. I did not plan on going live, but I don't want to put this in a live stream where there's a bunch of other stories. I want to sort of isolate this story to itself, off by itself. Now, this story just surfaced, at least on this media outlet today. It's dated for the 31st. And I used the title, the headline, as the screenshot. Felony charges dismissed against man after dog attack. Now, you probably remember I talked about this story. The boy's name is Callender. Hunter Callender, 5-year-old. You remember I talked about this case. Well, 2 felony charges. The owner was faced with 2 felony charges. I think they were both 4-year charges. You know, he could get up to 4 years. Both have been dismissed. Both have been dismissed. Now, I censored the boy's face out, but I have the link to the article posted and pinned in the chat room. And you can look at the boy's injuries for yourself. But I censored all his face out because YouTube, I guess they have this policy. But his face is pretty chewed up. It's badly disfigured. And this is after surgeries, after stitches. And the charges got dismissed. So this guy still has his dog, and literally nothing has happened to him, and nothing will happen to him. He just gets off scot-free. I mean, this boy's face is badly mutilated. It's badly mutilated. And the photo you see in this article, I think it's after a few surgeries. It's this photo right here. Right? If you go to the article, you'll see what I'm talking about. Look for this photo right here. Yeah, I got him censored out. So this was that story where the guy opened the vehicle, I think it was a van, and the dogs were inside the van. And when he opened the door, the dogs ran out and ran straight for the boy and attacked him. I'm sure you all remember when I talked about this. The reason nothing happens is going to happen. The reason the charges have been dismissed, it is because, according to the statute, the dog has to have attacked someone previously. We all know about this. We know about this law. This one free bite law. That only after the dog has attacked someone and has been reported, only then can you classify it as a dangerous dog. But you can't hold an owner liable because the owner allegedly had no reason to believe that the dog was dangerous. That is the summary of this article. Lengthy article, but that is the article in a nutshell. Now, listen to this. He's undergone many surgeries and may face more. His right eye will have double vision due to the extent of a break in the bottom of his eye socket. Some of his adult teeth will not be coming in like they're supposed to due to a break in his jawbone, and plates and screws will likely need to be placed in future reconstructive surgeries. Plates and screws in his face to hold his face together. Right? These are serious injuries. I mean, this is as severe as you could possibly get. But as you can see, they dismissed the charges. Look at this. There is no evidence. I'm reading this article. There is no evidence in this case to prove that the owner knew that his dogs were dangerous under the statute. No evidence to prove that he knew his dogs were dangerous. They were pit bulls. Pit bulls. And they're saying that that's not proof. How about that? Now, I use this child's name in the hashtag in this video because I want his family to find this video. I want people involved in that case to find this video. Okay? This is criminal. To dismiss these charges is criminal. And of course, the family is upset, as they should be. Charges have been dropped. Not even gotten a slap on the wrist, he said. The father said. My son still has to go through multiple surgeries. Here's my thing. These are pit bulls. They were bred to fight. They were bred to have a short fuse, to be triggered from the most minimal things. That was literally bred into them. Doesn't that make it dangerous? You saying that's not enough information? That's not enough evidence? That it was literally bred to fight? It's deeper than that. Karen Pinar, animal behaviors, spilled the beans. She said, it's important to understand that when a pit bull is engaged in aggression, they're not being vicious. More often, they are not having fun. Because that is what the dog is bred to do. They don't think anything of it. But what does happen when a pit bull attacks, it releases dopamine in the brain, which she says makes the dog feel fantastic. Not only is dopamine released, opioids are released when a pit bull attacks, which also makes the dog feel fantastic and also immune to pain. The opioids make the dog immune to pain, doesn't feel pain. Another dog behaviorist spilled the beans. Dog behaviorist and trainer said when pit bulls engage in a fight, opioids and dopamine are released in their brains, making them feel really good. This feeling is so pleasurable that they will often seek out this behavior again. Okay? In the same way that a border collie is built to feel really good when herding sheep, pit bulls are built to feel really good when fighting. That's not enough evidence to prove that this thing is dangerous when it's actually bred for this? Think about that. They're built, this behaviorist said, pit bulls are built to feel really good when fighting. Due to the opioid release during fights, pit bulls do not feel pain. So they fight on regardless of injury. Trying to stop a fight is incredibly difficult. Doesn't that make the dog dangerous? It doesn't have to actually attack anybody. The argument that some pit bulls never attack during their lifetime, something I don't believe, is irrelevant, because you can't tell which ones are going to attack and which ones are not. Just like there are some pit bulls that never attack during their lifetime, other pit bulls will, and they do. There will always be a portion of them that are going to attack. You can literally predict it. Next year, there will be between 30 and 40 deaths, most by pit bulls. That's guaranteed. It's guaranteed. You know it's going to happen. You never have a year where there are no pit bull attacks, where there are no dog attacks. You never have a day where there are no dog attacks. A bite is an attack. It doesn't have to be sustained. Just like one slap to the face is an attack. It's considered assault. 14,000 people attacked every single day in the United States alone. But when the pit bull attacks, it's far more deadly and dangerous. There's far more damage. You telling me that's not enough evidence to deem the dog dangerous before it ever attacks? They shouldn't have to attack. And this should be the law, that they shouldn't have to attack. At least pit bulls. Look at this. There's more to this article. She says when normal dogs fight, they usually respond to appeasement behavior from their opponent, i.e., as fighting is not designed to kill, but to resolve conflict without serious harm. One dog may give in. They might turn around, walk away or something, and display behavior which will cause the other dog to back off. This behaviorist said pit bulls do not respond to appeasement behavior during fights, as this would have been counterproductive in fighting pits. It would have been counterproductive in the pits where they would fight bulls. So that appeasement behavior, responding to appeasement behavior, has been bred out of pit bulls. This is what this behaviorist said. Whereas other dogs would walk away, it'll be a quick skirmish, and then they would both walk away. Pit bulls don't respond to that. You telling me that don't make pit bulls dangerous? Again, they don't have to attack. That's stupid to say that you can't consider them dangerous until after they attack. This behaviorist also said, in my experience, pit bulls have a very low reactivity threshold. This means that stimuli, listen to this, stimuli at low intensities, which will be ignored by other dogs, are often triggers for aggressive behavior in pit bulls. So little tiny things that would not set other dogs off will set the pit bulls off. Just like the mere sight of Hunter Callender. The mere sight of that 5-year-old set these dogs off. In other words, because they were pit bulls, that was literally the main reason why the boy was attacked. Is because all they needed was that tiny trigger, which was the sight of something small and vulnerable, that they could get off on killing. Like I said, they get off on it. That's basically what the behaviorist is explaining to you. She said they have very high arousal levels. They become physiologically aroused very quickly and to extreme levels. So if you want to walk away, a pit bull attacks you, you want to turn around, walk, they're going to keep attacking you. They can't stop attacking you. Just a tiny sound, a tiny movement. Y'all remember what I shared the other day about dopamine addicts. This woman said the moment pit bulls walk out the front door, they are scanning the area for something to fixate on. And you can see them doing this. Constantly looking around, looking for something to fixate on, looking for something to attack. And these people have made it a law to not view these things as dangerous until after they attack someone. How about that? And you know what? These lawmakers and the people who support the presence of pit bulls, telling them this, like if you share this information with them, it wouldn't even make a dent. It wouldn't faze them one bit. Because these people are numb, soulless. These people, they truly are soulless bodies out here. They don't feel, and if they do, it's very minimal. They have a very low level of basic human decency, humanity in general. Now, consider this as well. This is not evidence that pit bulls are dangerous. When you look at the fatal attacks, at least 90% pit bulls every single year. There are no years where any other breed of dog has caused more death. Literally none. This is 2020. You see how the pit bulls fill your screen here. Look at that. And even where it's not a pit bull, it's a bully breed. That's still 2020. How many pit bulls you see down here? This is not proof that these dogs are dangerous. Look at that. Okay, this is 2021. Just look at the pit bulls. And keep in mind, I don't care. Pit bull, Rottweiler, same thing. This is a bully breed. And they're telling us that this is not enough evidence to categorize pit bulls as dangerous before they attack. People, that's insanity right there. Like I said, that's pure evil. Pure evil. The force, a demonic force makes the laws in this country. Period. And governs the laws. Demonic people. Dog lovers. What about the testimony from, some 30 different doctors who telling you that these things should be banned? And that when they attack, they always cause more damage. When you have some patient admitted into the hospital for a dog attack and they have to stay for more than one day, they're saying like 90% of the time they were attacked by a pit bull. And the longer a patient has to stay in the hospital, the higher percentage of them were attacked by pit bulls. One doctor said after so many days, it's like 3 days, 100% of those patients were attacked by pit bulls. 100% were attacked by some, 3-6% of the total dog population? Here it is right here. Here it is. The quote I just recited to you is right here. It was made by Dr. Mark Wolkin. He said that the patients that were in the hospital for more than 8 days or had life-threatening injuries, 100% of those victims were attacked by pit bulls. But this is not enough evidence to categorize pit bulls as dangerous. You can still buy and own a pit bull, and we are not allowed to say that you own a dangerous dog. That is what the law is saying. You're not allowed to say that this person owns a dangerous dog and they got a pit bull. So if this man was able to get off, have those charges dismissed based on the law, that means the law needs to be changed. And that's the goal. Shout out to everybody who joined me for this brief live stream. And I will see you on the next as we continue with this crusade.